My name is Emmanuel Bilolo. My Frisbee teammates affectionately refer to me as Manny. My role is I am a cutter. So what that means is, like, in Frisbee, there's really two positions. There's a handler and a cutter. Handlers are kind of like a quarterback in football, so they're the ones doing most of the throwing, and then they'll be throwing to the cutters, who are kind of like, your wide receivers in football. They're the ones doing most of the catching and scoring goals and things like that. So I first started playing, or the first time I was introduced to Frisbee was at a summer camp when I was like 10 or 11 years old. But that was something I only did, once a year in the summertime when I was at camp. But when I moved to Texas in 2011, I found out my high school had like an actual legitimate competitive ultimate Frisbee team. And so as soon as, I think like literally like the first or second day of school, I went up to the coach. I told him like, hey, Emmanuel, I'm interested in joining your team. And so that's when I first started playing like actually competitively. And then I was also playing basketball at the time, but then my sophomore year I got cut from the basketball team. So now like Frisbee was all I had, the only sport I had. So after that, I had all my time and energy to focus on Frisbee. And so yeah, that's what I did. And I've been playing competitively ever since. Frisbee is important to me just because, it's my main way to it's my main outlet to express my competitiveness. Yeah, for a lot of people, like after high school, there's not really many opportunities to play competitive sports just because only like 1 or 2% of people after high school go on to play in college or professionally or anything like that. So with Frisbee, it gave me the opportunity to play competitively in high school, and then even beyond that, I play competitively in college. There's opportunities to play competitively as an adult, in club league, in club, things like that, and professionally as well. So yeah. A time I felt really victorious was probably this past May. My college team, I go to Oklahoma Christian University, and we won the national championship this past May.
Oklahoma Christian takes back over, hammer directly into the wind. OC on the doorstep. Bilolo's in. They are back-to-back national champions.
Definitely like the highest level I've ever played at, and leave alone the highest level I've ever won at. I would say the biggest obstacle I had faced, at least recently, was winning that national championship with my college team. Just because the year before I got there, my team already won a national championship. So in sports, if you win a championship the next year, everyone's gonna be hunting for you just because they know you're the best, and so everyone wants to play their best when they're going up against the best. And so every time we played someone, they gave us their best effort. And actually at regionals, which is the tournament right before nationals, the tournament that qualifies you for nationals, we went into that tournament expecting to go in there and win pretty easily and just kind of breeze on into nationals. But literally the very first game on the very first day, we lost, and we lost pretty badly to a team we thought we could beat. Just because, like I said, they were hungry. They knew they were playing the national champions, and they came out hungry. And because of that, going into nationals, we came in at a lower seeding than we expected. And so our path to the national championship meant we had to play the 3rd seed, the 2nd seed, and the number 1 seed, and we beat every one of them. So that made our path to the championship very difficult. But I will say it also really, really legitimized our championship, just because there's not much you can say after we've beaten the 3 best teams that in the country. I love my teammates a lot, I really do. But I don't think I've gotten the chance to know many of them very well. And I think that's kind of been the nature of my Frisbee career so far. I usually don't invest myself too much in the team outside of the context of playing. So I never really get the chance to get to know them very well. But I will say this, I think that sports is interesting because you can have a situation like me where you're playing with a group of people who you don't really know that well, or definitely not as much as well as you'd like. But within the confines of the sport, within like, you know, the field of play, it doesn't really matter how well I know them or how well I know me. I know that like when we're playing, they're gonna give their 100% best effort, and I'm gonna do the same, and we're all doing it for each other. So in a way, it's like kind of a beautiful thing about sports, is that like, you know, a group of people can step on a field and like give everything they have for their teammates, and that's it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. I recommend the sport to anyone who wants to play, especially like if you played sports in high school and, you know, maybe you didn't get an opportunity to play in college, or if you're just, you know, looking for something to do. I'm sure there's like, if you live in a big city, there's probably local leagues you can sign up for. If you're in college, I'm willing to bet your college team or your college has a team that you could, you know, sign up for and start playing for. So really anyone, if you have even the slightest bit of competitive spirit, then I definitely recommend it for you.